Welcome to the Shootin The Que podcast presented by Heath Riles BBQ with tips, tricks, and an inside look at some of the top pitmasters in the game. Now here's your host, Heath Riles.
Welcome back to another episode of Shootin The Que. And of course today I'm joined with my lovely wife, Candace. How are you doing today, hon?
I'm doing good.
You doing good? It's nothing like having a good laugh.
You were just making fun of me before we started. I'm sure it's on camera.
No, I would not do that. No,
Okay.
Not me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, we are back from Las Vegas. Had a crazy
By the
ride.
grace of God.
Yes, by the grace of God. So we just attended a Lowe's managers meeting in Las Vegas.
Product walk or something?
Yeah, it's called the 2025 product walk, right? So it was a great time that we had. It was really cool getting to meet a lot of the Lowe's store managers and things like that. But I think what Candace means by that, we had a little bit of a crazy plane ride when we left Las Vegas, right?
It was terrifying.
Yeah, it was.
Which is even more scary now because even before then and since then, we have seen all of these plane tragedies going on. So,
well, it was really windy that Friday when we left coming home, and I'd seen it on the news that morning before we left to go to the airport and everything else, and they didn't say anything when we got on the plane about turbulence or anything like that, but it was probably the worst turbulence I've experienced, and I've probably had, I don't know, hundreds of flights now, but
I've flown a lot. I mean, maybe not as much as you, but I flew before you ever did, but you've probably caught up to me now, but I haven't ever experienced, I've experienced turbulence, but not
the plane twisting like that and turning and dropping like it has.
And I'm not going to say what we flew or anything like that, but I will say, so we flew from Las Vegas to Salt Lake City, and then from Salt Lake City to Memphis. So from Las Vegas to Salt Lake City, no one came on and said, we just want to prepare you guys. This could be a rough flight. It's windy. Like, we're expecting this. Nobody said nothing.
No.
Not even when we were experiencing it. That sounds weird. They didn't come over and say, this is to be expected. We'll be through it. Like, nothing. Just nothing. But then when we went to leave Salt Lake City, that pilot did come on, and he kind of warned us before we left, it's windy. We're going to do the best we can. It may be a little rough getting out of here, but, it may take about an hour, but I'm going to get out of this as quick as I can. Just want y'all to be prepared. And I thought that was a little more reassuring. It makes you feel a little better about the situation because you expect it. You know what's going on. But when you're just there and it's just happening and no one comforts you or tells you it's to be expected and everybody's looking around like, are we going to die? I mean,
you were kind of panicked. I seen you reach for the barf bag.
I wanted to know where it was.
I
might have needed it.
For me, I was logged in already watching a movie on my iPad.
I stopped my movie. I didn't want to go down watching the crappy movie.
I just looked over at you, and you were kind of white ghosted for a minute, and kind of looked all around. And
everybody was looking around.
Panic. And when we got to the gate in Salt Lake in 50 minutes, that two people had to be
They needed medical care.
They needed medical attention
at the gate.
Yeah, and I think they gave those people medical attention for about a solid hour.
Yeah, because our next gate was like right next door, so we were kind of there to witness it.
It was
just scary. I feel like they could have done a little bit better of a job kind of telling us what was going on.
Gotta love the wind coming out of those mountains.
Yeah, well.
Flat ground.
I'm
sure that's all it was. It just is what it is. But one good positive note, we did have some good food when we were in Las Vegas.
We did.
One of the most, I thought, moderate places that we ate that was not overly priced at all, but was really good was Buddy V's. It was the Cake Boss's restaurant, right? Mm-hmm. I thought that was really good. Really, really good.
Yeah, we've been to like his bakeries and stuff like that before, different ones throughout, but never been to one of his restaurants.
To be Italian, I thought it was really good.
Mine was excellent. That was.
I had veal piccata, and I wish I had it again today for lunch.
I don't remember what my dish was called, but it was basically like a rigatoni noodle with a vodka sauce, and I think it might have had some chicken in it or something. But I love a good vodka sauce, and it was very good.
Yeah,
you tried it,
really good.
And I think I don't remember. We had different types of bread and stuff there too that was homemade and really good.
And then I'm going to say the second best restaurant that we ate was probably Wolfgang Puck's restaurant, right? Which would be Cut
by Wolfgang Puck. And that was kind of a last minute decision last night there.
Just looking for somewhere to eat. And
well, y'all had told me we were going to Del Taco, so I didn't make any reservations. I was a little scared about going there, but then y'all changed your mind.
We did. We went to the Cut place. The menu looked good, standing outside, and we ordered a bunch of appetizers and things like that and shared. And it was, I think you ordered a steak maybe.
I did.
But we did. Me and Mitchell just ordered some appetizers and shared some appetizers, and I thought it was really, really good. The little Wagyu burgers that we had, they were the size of about a macaroon. So I could have probably ate a dozen of them is what I keep telling people. They were that good. The white cheddar.
Caramelized onions. I mean, the little brioche buns that homemade
literally looked like
buns.
a macaroon.
And that pork belly.
Yes, the pork belly was really, really good, the roasted pork belly. It had the pear and it had hoisin sauce.
It was crispy. Like, it was cooked. So
I think it was roasted, then it was deep fried for just a second to give it a little bit of outside crisp, if I had to guess.
In my opinion, when you order a pork belly at a restaurant, my personal opinion, I'm always disappointed because I'm like, that's just not what I expected, or it's not, or maybe I just don't like it. I don't know. I'm just always disappointed whenever we order some type of pork belly at a restaurant. But there, I was not. I thought that it was cooked very good as it should have been. And that's hard to find in most restaurants.
Do you think that's because you're used to the more flavorful pork belly that I cook?
More flavorful and also cooked properly, because some of these places, it's like extra fatty and chewy. It's not rendered. It hasn't been cooked long enough, or it's been cooked too fast, or I don't know. But it's just, me personally, I don't like a chewy piece of meat, which is why I always, even with beef, I go with a filet. I don't eat ribeyes. I just don't like the fatty chewiness of meat. That's just my personal preference. So when it comes to pork belly being overly chewy, I don't usually care for it.
I mean, I don't like it when it's really chewy. I like it for it to be
or it's usually too chewy or dry.
You do run into some pork belly at some places that tends to be dry, especially around the edges and things like that. Yeah. And it seems like that's more likely to happen if it's sliced pork belly versus cubed pork belly.
Yeah.
And, that's just because that cube is a bigger chunk, I guess.
Yeah.
But other than that,
what else?
Where else did we eat in Las Vegas? I can't.
We ate at a place called Yardbird.
It was just okay.
Yeah, it was like a fried chicken place. It was just okay. And then we went to, you said this time we had never experienced any type of buffet when we were in Vegas, so you wanted to go to a buffet. So I tried to do a little bit of research, and it wasn't like the number one on all of the list, but I think it was like number 2. So we went to the buffet at the Wynn. And we mainly did that one just because it was right next door to where we were staying. So it was close proximity and wasn't too inconvenient to get to. And I think the other one was kind of far away. So that's why I picked that one.
For a buffet, I thought it was good. I mean, I thought it was really good.
I'm trying to think. God, we ate so much stuff.
I know. It's kind of, I mean, they had so many different stations and so many different styles of food. It was kind of unreal to go through. And then they had a whole sushi station, which was
I didn't eat any
crazy.
Sushi, but they had brisket that they were cut, tri-tip, French onion soup.
Banana chicken was
I do remember that. We all liked it.
Absolutely some of the best. And that honestly got me to thinking. I mean, me and Mitchell talked about it, but the banana chicken was really, really flavorful.
It was.
And it had a char to it and a little bit of crisp.
I've never heard
really
of
unique
banana chicken until I saw it there. And
it's the thing.
You can Google it and read about it, and it's it is a thing, but I had never had it. But yeah, I agree. It was almost like a shredded consistency that had like a sauce mixed with it, basically.
Yeah,
it had
it
been
was
cooked
really-
down. I don't know. It was good.
Really good. Really good.
I don't remember what all we had.
I mean, the salad station, of course, was really cool, but they had some pastas, different kind of styles of pasta salad and things like that, broccoli salads, and I like some of that. And they had a lot of different cheeses. You don't see that a lot either. They had huge cheese.
They had
and
that black
charcuterie.
cheese. Like
Yes.
literally, the cheese was the color of this. It was very strong. It was like called a lemon cheese or something too. Remember, that's what
Yes.
made it so awkward.
Yes.
It was pitch black cheese, and it was lemon flavored.
I do
It was
remember that.
very strange.
But it was a very unique buffet, and of course, the dessert buffet was really crazy as
They
well.
did homemade s'mores. They had like the little torch. That was, and I'm not even a big chocolate person, but you could get a chocolate peanut butter s'more, which I always like. If I'm going to eat chocolate, it's going to have peanut butter with it. And those were excellent. And they were doing like homemade crepes, I think. Didn't you have crepes?
I did.
of
I
dessert?
had a crepe, and they were good.
It was overwhelming. It was a lot of food.
It was. I don't think I wanted to eat anything after that for a long time. It was good. But I'm proud of myself. I did not gamble much while we were in Las Vegas.
Did you gamble at all, honestly? I didn't see you
I
do it.
stuck a little bit of money in a slot machine when I had 5 minutes to kill.
We just didn't have a lot of
pulled
time, really.
and hit the lever a few times on max bet. I mean, nothing big, and it was gone, and I was like, I'm done,
I didn't
and
gamble.
left. I never sat down at a card table, which, knock on wood, cannot believe that, or baccarat table.
I didn't gamble. I still lost money in Vegas, but I didn't gamble.
Well, I mean, we were just so busy with
Shopping.
with the show and things like that, and then you wanted to go shopping some.
Well, it was in the hotel.
It was. So for anybody that's not stayed at the Venetian and the Palazzo, it has like a mall that attaches to the conference center and all like that, and it's over 200 stores inside of it and over 40 plus restaurants. So it's a really cool destination point in Las Vegas on the Strip. That's kind of center point for a lot of things. But that mall is really, really cool. It has a lot of things in it, a lot of shops. If you like shopping, I particularly don't like shopping. But
I mean, I don't really like shopping either. I just know what places I do like and say, okay, I want to go there. And I just go to those places.
I went into some cool art stores. while
See,
we were
I
walking
wasn't.
around.
Yeah, y'all did that.
Yeah, we left you. We went walking around some of those stores. But I did find some really cool art and things like that. It was,
What would you normally play like casino wise in Vegas if you would have?
I'm a blackjack or baccarat guy.
Yeah.
I mean,
I didn't even see baccarats there. Did
they were in the
have
corner.
them?
They were in the corner. There were 4 tables only there. They were
I saw,
pretty full.
like,
I walked over
roulette
and looked at
and
them.
all that, but I didn't see. I guess I wasn't paying attention.
It was, the pattern didn't look good for me. I didn't get that feeling. You know what I mean?
Oh gosh.
You laugh at me, but if either I'm going to gamble or I'm going to not. And I don't gamble a lot of money. I don't want to sit here and act like I'm some big compulsive gambler because I'm not. But
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to go, you can't have fun on $50, right? So if you're not willing to wager
I don't gamble a lot.
$300 to $500 and build it up, and I like playing $5 and $10 blackjack, until I get going, and then I tune it up from there. I might have been known to play several hundred a hand, maybe, but I've had some good times with that.
I don't know. I guess we've always stayed in downtown Vegas until this time was the first time that we haven't. And I feel like the casinos are completely different vibes. And maybe every casino is that way no matter where it is. But like even when we went next door to eat at the Wynn, walking in that casino space versus the Venetian Palazzo was way different. Like
It was.
totally.
But I think
And
COVID
then-
really changed
and then
Las Vegas.
like comparing that to like the Golden Nugget or what were those
the D Casino and
it was wild. The D was a little. It may still be. I
the
don't
D had at one time had dancer cages in
know, in
between the
casino.
card and crap
They might
tables.
still. I don't know. And
I know they had a great Caesar salad upstairs at the steakhouse. It's the only thing I remember about the D.
it was like an
Tableside
Italian place. Me, you, and Ricky Bobby went there.
That's exactly right. But it was a tableside Caesar, and that was the first tableside Caesar I've ever had, and it was one of the best Caesar
was
salads
good.
I've ever had. That's what I remember Caesar salad
I don't even
and
remember what
the
I
girls
ate, but I
dancing in
do remember.
cages. That's it. Three things about the D Casino.
They weren't dancing there while we were eating.
No, they
were
were. If you were
downstairs at the
gambling,
casino.
though, they was like
Yeah.
right there. It was really weird.
They
vibe.
had clothes on though,
Yeah,
a little bit.
a little bit. I mean,
I just want to clarify they did have.
yeah, it was a casino. It was open, wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, your kids running around there and everything else.
That's so crazy to me. The whole, yeah,
I don't get it either.
people pushing their babies in the strollers through the casinos. I mean, I guess everybody's different.
I seen one lady rocking her baby while she was sitting at the card table smoking a
Mitchell didn't care about the kids and
Pall
them
Mall
getting
and drinking a Budweiser.
getting them pushed through the smoky casinos, but he kind of freaked out when that lady had the dog with her. Remember how upset he was? Like, I can't believe she's got her dog in here with all these cigarettes. And I'm just like, what about the children?
Well,
I don't think that was a service dog, was it? I don't think that was a service
I
dog.
don't know.
I get service dogs.
I don't get in people's business when it comes to that.
It was not a typical service dog of.
Oh, it ain't none of my business.
It's not mine either.
I ain't the service dog police. I ain't none of that. So I just leave it be. Ain't none of my business unless it involves me. I don't want nothing to do with it.
Our hotel, they did have the big. Remember, they kept walking around the police with the drug dogs though.
They did.
That was pretty cool. I wanted to pet them. They looked nice, but I
They were cool.
those were certified dogs. But
I know,
that
I've
other
ordered
dog.
them.
What'd you say?
I said I've ordered them.
Oh, whatever. That we talked to them.
They look mean.
No, they didn't.
I would not want them dogs on me.
Well, don't give them a reason to get on you.
Oh, I would not.
That's their job.
I don't involve myself.
Well,
Period.
I have a lot of people are scared of those kinds of dogs,
They
but
are.
most of the dogs are trained very well. Like we have some friends at the local police department who have had that are K9 unit, and don't get me wrong, those are some badass
Well,
dogs when they're at work. But when they bring them over to your house and tell them it's okay to be loved on, they like to be loved on.
They do. But
Most
I just
of them.
ain't, I
Maybe
ain't,
not all
I
of
ain't
them.
messing with a trained dog like that though. That's I don't want to say you're getting into a situation, but if a man tells you he's got a dog and for you to stop, you better stop. Because the dog's going to stop you. And I ain't never understood that about criminals. You know you finna get just chewed up.
The best part is that they speak to the dog in a language that most people don't even know. So it's great because you can't tell the dog to stop because it's not going to listen to you.
That's right.
Unless you know.
And he just keeps going.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, right after we got back from that, we were cooking with Bob.
Yeah.
And so he showed us some styles of pizza for me that I never have cooked before. So cooking it on the flat top I thought was really, really cool from raw dough
Yeah.
going up. I know for a lot of people it's probably not, but I just thought it was pretty cool how the way we done it. And the crisp
I mean, it seems like it would be similar to, pizza cooks pretty quickly no matter what way you cook it, whether you're in an oven, a grill, or a flat top, I would think. Right?
It does.
But yeah, I could see it definitely being crispier on the flat top.
It was, we cooked some chicken first. We made a buffalo chicken pizza. So we cooked some boneless, skinless thighs first, and then we turned around and kind of chopped them up and cleaned the grill, and then literally just oiled the cast iron top down and threw the pizza dough down on it and let it par bake almost a few minutes. And then when it kind of got almost pliable on that one side, we flipped it over and built it on that side and closed the lid to melt the cheese and the chicken and all together with sauce and all. So it was really fast, really simple, but I guess going from that raw dough ball, I never.
So y'all did a 4-hour dough and an overnight dough, right? So you gave the option of do it a little quicker versus a little longer. So you got to prepare your dough beforehand.
You do, and it's really an art to doing pizzas and pizza dough and things like that. You have to prepare yourself ahead of time. So it's not something a lot of people run out here and buy dough already made at Trader Joe's or Walmart or Kroger or anything
Guilty
like
of
that,
that.
right? And let it kind of proof a few minutes and roll
We
with
have
it.
in the past.
But making pizza dough out of the pack, especially Bob's recipe, all you do is just add water to it. And when you knead it a few minutes and then just chunk it in a bowl. So it's you're getting a little bit better of a product. Everything's in there already. Everything's pre-measured out. And with his doughs, at least you can convert that one package into different styles of dough. So whether you want Neapolitan, whether you want deep dish pan, Detroit style, whatever, you can make it from that one dough. And I think he's in the middle of kind of making some more recipes now to explain that more in detail of how to do that.
So for the buffalo chicken, y'all use your buffalo seasoning and his dough and his wing sauce, or the Mighty Mitch's wing sauce.
His wing sauce is almost like the base, like for the pizza sauce.
I didn't get to try it, but I bet that was good because I do like his wing sauce.
His wing sauce is very good with the garlic in it and things like that, butter. It's more of a traditional, already made up wing sauce.
Yeah.
But
and you had his pizza seasoning on there too.
It was really unique. I don't know, just to be cooked on the flat top, it was really cool. I'd like to see how thin you could almost get the crust.
You like a really, really thin crust.
I almost like a cracker crust. I do.
Yeah, you've always liked that.
I mean, I don't know why, New York style, whatever. I like the deep dish style, but it seems like it's so filling. I just like a thin, airy crust.
I guess it depends on my mood. I can do either or, but it just, some days I want it this way and some days, I don't know. I have to be in the mood for a thin crust more so than, I don't know.
A pan or a deep dish.
I mean, I like thin crust, but like I said, sometimes if I just want traditional pizza, I don't think of thin crust when I think of traditional pizza. Yeah. I guess it's just what you had.
I guess more Neapolitan is more traditional style pizza, right?
Yeah.
Would that be the most traditional style there is, Neapolitan style?
Look, if you grew up on Domino's and Pizza Hut, it was called hand tossed or deep dish. That's all I know.
Well, I mean, at least you're telling the truth here, and I think
here in the South, that's what we had. Truly,
I think that's what you had everywhere. A lot of people didn't make homemade pizzas at home when you really think about that. Not to my knowledge, when you really dive into.
I never had homemade pizza as a child at home.
No, we didn't. But you had barbecue at home, right? Your parents grilled out.
Yeah,
you know, but I didn't know a lot of parents that would make homemade pizza dough, right?
Well, back then,
my parents, I know we didn't.
Well, back then, not that it was like that long ago, but still, I don't know that pre-made pizza doughs were a thing yet of any kind, whether it be in a bag that you could mix or already like you could just buy the whole thing like you can now. I don't know that existed.
I think maybe, I don't know this, maybe Chef Parody was the first one.
Well, that was like a kit.
Like a pizza kit, yeah.
And that's just like you add water, right?
Well, I've never done it. Make the dough, I think it's the same way, and you had to knead it, and it had pizza sauce in there and all.
I remember that kit, but I never ate it.
And I think you just had to add cheese to it. It's what you had to do. We never done one either.
We didn't either. I
think a lot of people started using that's when Pillsbury come out with almost like the canned pizza dough, like
I know what you're talking about. I've never
like canned biscuits, but it's a canned pizza dough, and I do see a lot more people using that now.
Yeah. I mean, we ate frozen pizzas when I was a kid occasionally from the store.
That was what we had. I mean, you've got a Red Baron, or you got a
what's that really cheap one? Toast starts with T. They're like 90-something cents now.
Oh yeah, those ones that used to be $2 for $1.
Yeah,
Tostados or Hayes.
No, Tony's, it's not Tony's. It's Totino's. Yeah. I remember being a kid and eating those.
Pepperoni and sausage.
I don't like sausage. Never have.
The hamburger ones, you remember them?
Yeah.
Yep. That was, you're right. Those were the cheap pizzas, like $2 for $1.
But they were good, or I thought they were as a kid. They were probably terrible for you, which is probably why I look the way I do now. But
they're made like the lunchroom pizzas, and that's probably why.
Yes.
And there's still places you can buy the lunchroom pizzas.
But I was now the lunchroom pizza was better than those. But I wonder if they still make it that way. If you go to get a school lunch.
I know where the pizzas you can buy them at right now at the meat market. TK has them up there.
TK, are they really the same? He'll tell me the truth.
He will. He'll tell you. He'll bring you some. No doubt in my mind.
With wine.
With wine. I don't know about that.
Talking about TK, of course it will.
Well, but I thought the pizza turned out really, really well. We did add some blue cheese crumbles to it to make it pop.
Yeah.
On top of the mozzarella.
Yeah.
It was good.
So why did you decide to start a Cooking with Friends series?
Well, ever since we still have not done a full-length video kind of the farm yet, but ever since we kind of built the filming kitchen where we're filming at now, whatever you want to call it, an outdoor patio, we're trying to get it finished now. But really, we're always having people in, right? we love entertaining people, and I just thought to myself, well, why not, since my friends are coming in, why don't I just call something Cooking with Friends, and we just hang out and we cook something, because I'm always having people down, right? People's always coming and staying and shooting a podcast anyway, or something like that, and catching up. So a lot of these people, do videos themselves and things like that, and I thought to myself, well, why don't we just do something together and collaborate? And so Bob kind of kicked it off, and for me, with him being Italian and things like that, for me, I didn't grow up around the pizzas, and I have a pizza oven, so trying to learn more about the pizzas from somebody that I trust like that, I mean, and Bob's a great guy to hang out with on top of that. So learning how to do something that's not so traditional for me, and then...
Did you learn how to say his last name yet?
Yeah.
I was just curious.
Of course. Depends on if you get me tongue-tied or not, though. I can get twisted up really, really easy. But it's I hope that we have a lot more guests come in. We've got on schedule 2 or 3 more right now. But I think it's going to be one of them ones that's enjoyable to not have to do the cooking myself and to learn a little bit more about some things, because I learn something every time I cook. So I never claim to know it all. I think that every piece of meat cooks differently. So just seeing it from a different perspective from other people's eyes is always intriguing to me.
So what made y'all decide to cook the pizza on the flat top, though, that day?
Just trying to showcase a different style of how to use pizza dough. A lot of people don't have pizza ovens.
True.
And so we also have a recipe coming out where we done one on a grill, right? Just straight on the grill, right? And let it proof up and do it and build it kind of the same way. And so it's kind of cool being able to see that you can do that on a regular grill. You can do it on a flat top. You don't have to have a pizza oven to do that. So
why did y'all use the chicken thighs versus chicken breast?
I think that's what I had in the fridge. And you can't go wrong with chicken thighs. I mean, seriously.
But somebody could use chicken breast.
Chicken breast, chicken thighs, chicken tenders, whatever you want to do. I mean, most of the time you can't dry the dark meat out, and so chopping that up to go on a pizza, you can't go wrong with it.
So what are your thoughts on the flat top pizza versus like a traditional wood-fired pizza?
I think that you don't get that burn around the edge of the top of the crust that you get with wood-fired pizza, or really the top, the ambient heat hits it like it should. But as far as the crust being crisp on the bottom and the cheese melted on top, it's fine.
Yeah.
But you just don't get that wood-fired crust taste around the edges that you normally would.
Like crispiness, almost.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know it's crispy, but it's like
not,
a different type of
It's a different
crispy.
kind of, I don't want to say a burnt crisp, but that wood-fired, right? It gets bubbly on the edges from the high heat and all that. When you're cooking in a wood-fired oven or a pizza oven with a dome shape and all that, you're usually running 800 degrees or better, right? So that flat top's not running 800 degrees. So you're talking about a different level of heat there, at least another 500 degrees probably that it has on that flat top, and it's coming down on top of that pizza, and it's sitting on that stone cooking. So you're just getting 2 different types of heat versus one in the wood-fired.
So what are some mistakes that people could make trying to cook a pizza on a flat top?
Well, you're not ever going to have perfectly round dough. I'll probably say that, and that's okay. Not unless you're just really crafty at making pizza dough the first time and stretching it out, and that's okay. As long as you can smear some sauce on it and throw what toppings you like on it, that's all that matters. I mean, that's truthful. It's not that hard. I mean, after seeing it now, it's really not that hard. The biggest thing is mixing the dough up out of the pack and having the patience to wait at least 4 hours while the dough rises. I mean, so that's the biggest thing about pizza. I'm going to say it's like cooking a brisket, right? You know that you're not going to most of the time cook it within 4 hours. That it's going to take longer. And so food is worth waiting on when you have the time. And when you put a little more passion behind it, it seems like you enjoy that food more than you do just going to the store and buying a off-the-shelf at Trader Joe's dough, right? So making that pizza dough up by hand, I think you take a little more pride in it, and it makes it taste better to me.
So what is your ideal pizza toppings and stuff like that on a pizza? Or you just depends on the day? I feel like for you,
It does. It's a day for me. It depends on what mood I'm in. You know me. I'm swinging flavors and profiles and combinations all the time. Really wild. So for us, you know that I like a beef and onion pizza sometimes when we order out at one of our local pizza joints. But
Bob had never had that. And
I love a pepper. He likes
from
it now.
there.
Yeah.
We made poor Bob eat pizza from a restaurant.
And I don't really know what dough style you call that, or cheese style, because it's sliced cheese on the pizza and melted in instead of shredded cheese. But
it's Mississippi style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Really wild. and I don't know. I've always been a pepperoni guy, right? Really light toppings, pepperoni and cheese, thin crust. That's what kind of grew up on. You know, we were just talking about the cracker crust and the thin, crispy crusts. And maybe for me, it was Domino's thin and crispy pepperoni pizza. You know, not a lot of cheese on them, not a ton of pepperoni, and they cut it usually in squares. So it was like you just shove a square in your mouth. Yeah, no problem.
What is that pizza? What is it that Blaine liked so much that he got you ordering from Domino's that one time? That was like he added something weird to it. And you finally tried it, and then you did it a few times in a row because it was actually good.
I don't know. I know we've ordered
remember
the
what
Philly
I'm talking about,
cheesesteak pizza.
But he like added something weird on. It was like, I don't even remember what it was now.
I don't remember either.
But do you remember?
I remember eating a pizza, yeah, but I don't remember what was on it.
Probably like the one time that Blaine got you to eat something different.
Yeah. Yeah, my son, he's this younger generation. He's very strange in what he eats and what he don't.
He's not strange. He just eats very normal foods.
Basic.
And if it's not basic, then he doesn't want it.
Yeah, which he has gotten a lot better as he's gotten older. He's
I don't know about
now.
a lot, but a little.
His food is getting there. He is a huge steak person now.
He's always been a meat and potatoes person.
A meat and potatoes guy, but he is not scared to give him the biggest steak on the menu.
He'll eat sushi now.
He loves sushi.
Like
He does. I think the Mexican place, chicken, cheese, and rice, is about the extent as he gets. It's not anything else.
I've never seen him order anything different at a Mexican place. No.
So it's a little bit different with that, but he didn't do cheeseburgers for the longest.
Burgers, no cheese.
Yeah, burger.
Ketchup.
He wants a burger with ketchup only.
He does cheese now.
Yeah, I think he does some.
When he went to Key West with us, I noticed he ordered some different types of fish a couple nights. So he is branching out a little bit. I mean, he's always liked like catfish, but
yeah,
he ordered some other fish dishes.
He definitely needs to expand on his culinary heights. A little bit different. I mean, but he's a kid. He's a ramen noodle kind of kid. He's all that kind of mess. And, of course, Chick-fil-A. Every kid loves Chick-fil-A.
I don't ever even see him eat that, but
I do on his debit card. When I see his bank account, Chick-fil-A, 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 Chick-fil-A. Yeah,
well, it's probably because where he is and
it's
what's
that he's
available.
working out of town, and so it's either Chick-fil-A
They don't have a
or
Huey's
it's a
there.
barbecue tavern. So he's giving somebody a lot of barbecue business. He eats barbecue 3 days a week, at least, at a minimum, 3 to 4. It seems like on his debit card. But yeah, he's eating a lot of pulled pork. He's a pulled pork sandwich kid. He's told me 3 or 4 times he'll call me and go, look how good this looks. I mean, and it does look good. I can't remember the name of the restaurant he's at. But
Same, going to the same place every time.
yeah, just about. I mean, but it is what it is. So what's your go-to pizza topping that you like? You asked me that.
I mean, just if it's basic pizza, just cheese and pepperoni, nothing crazy. I mean, I'll try other pizzas. Like there's one local place we go to. It's almost like a buffalo chicken pizza, I guess, but it's a little, I guess it is that. Basically.
Oh yeah, I get that cheeseburger pizza there.
Yeah.
Has mustard and ketchup for a base and has
lettuce all over it and all kinds of weird
lettuce and pickle
stuff.
chopped up on top once they cook it. I like it. It's something different. It tastes like a deconstructed cheeseburger almost.
I mean, you like it. I don't particularly care for it, but
that place is called Lost Pizza.
Yeah.
I mean, old school place.
I get the hot chick.
The hot chick, that's right.
Yeah, it's got like the hot sauce base and then chicken and cheese and then it's like ranch drizzled over. Or maybe is it drizzled?
Yeah.
I don't know. And then I always need more hot sauce because their hot sauce is not hot. It's more of like a garlicky hot. I mean, it's a little hot, but not hot.
Yeah, not hot.
But no, my basic pizza has always just been like pepperoni I don't care for sausage. I've never liked sausage on pizza or.
Well, you're not a huge
any other-
sausage person at all, though.
No, I don't like sausage. But it's something I do like on pizzas, which some people think is weird. I like green olives on pizza, not black olives, because black olives are disgusting. But
I like
green
black
olives. I like green olives.
Well, I like Supreme pizzas too, but I think it's what you grow up on. I mean,
My
some
parents
pizza-
used to get Supreme, but I didn't. I mean, I would pick the stuff I didn't like. I'll still eat it. I just pick off what I didn't want to eat at the time. I wasn't one of those people who's like, ooh, I can't eat that because it was touched it.
It's interesting. Pizza has really come a long way in the last 5 years, right? And I don't know if one of the biggest determining factors of pizza may have been Dave Portnoy. All the
during
pizza
COVID
reviews that
and
he
all that
kind of
stuff.
started, and then all the frozen pizza reviews kind of during COVID that he started, and going to restaurants. And he's a great champion for local restaurants that need driven business and writing things like that. But he's an honest scorer. He's just going to give you what he believes, what he likes, and he's tried to keep, I think, his to all cheese pizzas, right? And keep it kind of semi-fair. But I think some of his styles of pizza are kind of similar to mine. I like the crispy, crushed, thin, right? And instead of some of the filling deep dish styles.
I think it's expanded a lot too, because talking about other places we've been, when we were in Canada, we went to, it was called like Pizza and Wine was the name of it. Do you remember that? And I was trying to remember what you got, but you got a very unique pizza there, and I cannot remember what it was right now, but I remember you really liked it. It didn't have like squash or like butternut squash or something weird that I mean, you love butternut squash. It had like some weird shit.
I mean, I do. I like spicy Italian sausage, and
I feel like it had all
like
that. I was trying
caramelized
to remember,
onions and a spicy honey drizzle, and
Yeah.
and I've had it with apples and different things on it like that. I mean, the crust just got to be right, and not a huge amount of toppings. You don't load up with toppings. You're only getting, minimal bites and flavors, for the combos. I think that's where a lot of people mess up, and even me too. When I was making pizzas before, I tried to put too many toppings on it. What is enough cheese? What is enough, right? Because
enough cheese.
If you create or put too much on that and then try to cook that pizza, it does not turn out right.
So
It's soggy in the middle, or the crust don't set right, or something else. So it really is an art to pizza making.
So what is some of the best pizza that you've ever had from a restaurant? Do you know?
Oh Lord, I would have to really think about that. But we've been to so many like unique little hole in the wall wood fired pizza places. One of the best that comes to mind is Jonesboro, Arkansas. And I don't know if you were with me. Is the Italian place?
Yeah, I've been there.
I know you've been there. That Skip Steele owns, with a guy out of New York. It's right down from Q49.
Yeah, it's got the big
place.
pizza ovens in it.
Yes, and they do everything fresh, everything from scratch, and they had some really unique pizzas in there that are really good. And I like the Lost Pizzas down there. It's okay.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Victor's Pizza, what used to be in Holly Springs, was iconic to me. I mean, you know what I mean? Just because I grew up on it and we really liked it, but it's sold now and completely changed. And her daughter and them up here that we order from, Dana's all the time. It's good pizza, but it's not what Victor's used to be. I mean, it's not. It's different styles of pizza, I guess, depending on where I'm at and what my mood is. I
really like that barbecue pizza in Chicago. I can't think of the name that it.
Lou Malnati's or
Wasn't it Giordano? Which one?
Giordano's.
I don't know which one it was that we went to, but we went multiple times.
I think it's Giordano's that we went.
The barbecue pizza there, which of all places is
with Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Oh, it is. It was good.
Mozzarella and chicken. It is. That crust is different though, and everything.
Oh yeah, it's different. But it was one of the better pizzas, and I've had it more than once. Like I've made it a point to go back there and eat it again.
You'll never eat more than 2 slices. Nobody.
I don't even think I ate 2 either time that I've had it. They're very filling.
I still remember the first time we went there. Remember getting out of the ride there with everybody?
That was the second time we went there.
Oh, that's right.
The first time we went there was with Traeger people.
That's right. We were there for a trade show. The second time.
The second time, yeah. We went.
Yeah, that was a car ride there, wasn't it? Yeah,
wasn't me.
I'll go ahead and say it on camera. We had a young lady in the car that threw up on herself and did not realize she threw up on herself. That's how intoxicated she was.
It was St. Patrick's Day, if that helps.
Some people just can't handle St. Patty's Day in Chicago. That's all I'm going to say.
We
about
barely
that.
made it out of Chicago. That was 2020, March
shutting the
of
city down.
2020, and COVID was coming in with a bang.
They were shutting the airport down at noon, correct? And we flew out like at 9-something that morning and got
I don't
out
know.
of Chicago.
I know that the day before we were flying out, they were going around shutting down all the bars because that one bar y'all were in while the girls went shopping, y'all had found some hole in the wall bar and
Didn't even have a lock on the front door.
they came in and told him he had to lock the place up at a certain time, and he was like, I don't have a key. Like, we don't ever close.
We've been open 35 years with no lock on the door, sir.
Yeah.
I mean, it was kind of crazy. But
And we got home and then didn't leave home for months
that's right.
with the rest of the world.
We drank wine and ate pizza.
We did make some pizzas during that time.
We did.
On the Traeger.
We did. I think we drank more wine than we did anything. But
Well, you could pull up to the liquor store. You didn't have to go in. You just pull up and they come out and you tell them.
But you won't.
They won't do that anymore.
I know. They will. You just got to call ahead.
Depends on which one you go to, I guess.
Depends on who you know.
True.
Let me say that. Hadn't you figured it out with me? Depends on who you know.
I mean, I don't drink wine at home anymore like I used to.
Well, coming up in a couple of weeks, we're leaving going to San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be fun.
I'm nervous
Why are you nervous?
because I'm supposed to fly there.
It's on your birthday, too.
I know.
It'll be a good time.
If I make
We're going
it.
to the Ace Hardware Trade Show.
Yeah.
Happy birthday. That's a great present. Ace Hardware Trade Show. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes.
Yes.
I hope it is not on my birthday next year. I'm going to say that publicly.
Maybe it won't be.
But
Maybe it won't be.
I guess you got to do what you got to do.
But it should be a good time. We're looking forward to seeing all of our barbecue friends and things like that. And, of course, who cannot go to Texas without eating some Texas barbecue?
True.
So, for me, I'm looking forward to eating some good barbecue places. We're actually leaving a spridge bit early just to ensure that. So, looking forward to seeing some people that I know, catching up with some old friends I hadn't seen in a while at some places, and eating some good food for sure. So,
I've never been to San Antonio at all, so I always wanted to go there.
we went through there, me and you did, and got
No.
close. No, that's right. He's on the outskirts.
Yeah, we never went.
That's right. That was me and Malcolm and Rochelle and Mark Lambert.
When y'all were there for NBBQA,
Somebody
I
else
think.
was with us, and I don't remember who. I don't know who it was. Somebody else was with us. And we all took a rented SUV, I believe. Maybe it was Norm.
I don't know. I didn't go. It was the NBBQA, right?
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't go that year.
NBBQA.
Or I think
Yeah,
I
that was
was
a
in
good time. We got to judge
nursing school or
judge the
something.
state contest there and all that. I did. That was I had to try 28 or 29 ribeyes samples. That was a rough. Yeah, that was a rough judging. I'm glad the SCA changed that up, but it was very, very rough of how that was.
Yeah, I wouldn't have wanted to do that.
Well,
Not a ribeye.
it was me and Carolyn Wells, and I don't remember who else was a judge then. But it was 5 or 6 of us at a table having a sample of all those steaks. I remember that.
I mean, at some point with that many, do they not just start tasting similar?
No, not then it didn't. They were a lot different. I don't think the Steak Association was nothing like it is now.
Yeah, probably
It's
not. That was
grown
several years ago.
crazy now. Yeah, I don't even know what year that was, but that was it was a long, long time ago, for sure. It's been pushing 10 years, right? Yeah,
I'm
2013.
I
I think that was 2013 actually. Is when that was. Maybe 11 years ago.
I don't know. I wasn't there.
Well, should be a fun trip going to Texas and seeing some people and all that. And that's about all I have today.
Looking forward to going to San Antonio.
I think you're just looking forward to that plane ride.
No, I'm not. There's still.
Well, you can't be scared always, honey. Kind of is what it is. We'll see y'all on the road next time on another episode of Shootin' The Que.
If you have any comments or suggestions for future episodes, please feel free to reach out to us on our social media channels. Leave us a review if you've enjoyed the show, and until next time, keep shooting the cue.